Hello, this is the King of Fighters 2000 for Dreamcast. I'm trying to get team with colors that I want, but I'm having trouble. That wasn't it. Kensou, Vanessa, Terry. Yeah, I got that one. Benimaru. I've got that one. And actually another Benimaru. Okay. I think I actually don't like Kensou's C plus D color. I don't know. His normal color's fine. Ah, heck. What am I doing? I was trying to think today of the games that I have played over 100 hours in. And I think there's really only a handful. Because I never really got into just like playing a game for hours and hours. Like I never played that many JRPGs. I would sit and watch my brother play like Final Fantasy games, but I didn't play. I did eventually play, like what did I play through FF10. I'm sure I didn't spend 100 hours on it anyway though. So basically this game I've played over 100 hours in over the years on all kinds of different platforms. Boom. Also Virtua Fighter 4 Evolution, because I played through the quest mode of that 2 or 3 times with different characters. Oh no, you can't roll in on him. Also Virtua Fighter 5 Vanilla, because I played through the quest mode of that with a bunch of different characters. Not all the way through, but like a good chunk of the way through with a bunch of different characters. Probably Virtua Fighter 5 Final Showdown, because I know on my old save, which I don't have anymore, I don't think I had like I filled up all like 40 costume slots, custom costume slots that you can make customized outfits for Sarah Bryant alone, and I made a bunch for other characters too, so I spent like just maybe close to 100 hours just in the costume designing for that game. There's at least one other one I thought of. Maybe not, maybe that was it. So I haven't played a ton of hours in a bunch of games. Oh, I'm sure there was one more. I did just put like 95-ish hours in getting through the first loop of Dark Souls Remastered. And if I stick with Dark Souls 3, I failed on Dark Souls 2 because it was just dull. But Dark Souls 3 is supposed to be a longer game, so in theory I'll probably get over 100 hours in that by the time I've played through that. That's bugging me. What was that other one now? I haven't been calling my strikers. Oh, Outlaws, the LucasArts sort of cartoon cowboy first-person shooter for PC back in the day. I was big on playing that on dial-up internet. Online. It was pretty fun actually. It worked pretty well. I mean, you would always have people lagging and stuff, of course. But you know, your best hope was if you managed to hook up with some Canadian players, because back then, this is the olden days of the internet, the Canadians had they had cable internet. Well, a lot of them did, whereas very few people in the States did at first. I mean, at that time. Oh, heck. Oh, no, not that one. Yeah, that one. That's quarter circle back. Hidden punch. Hey. Another Benimaru is kind of like that guy with the long blonde hair in Third Strike. Ooh, that was accidental, but okay. Ooh, well that worked out pretty well, even though I didn't really do anything well. Don't swivel your hips at me, Benimaru. Oops. Oh, he didn't counter that. That ain't gonna help. It's almost like I don't know what I'm doing with another Benimaru. Ooh! The light quarter circle back. Punch. Light punch. Quarter circle. That's... anyway. This will impress all these Korean pedestrians. No, that won't. No, that probably won't. Well, I'm out Benimaru's, or even another Benimaru's. Oh, getting completely thrashed by Shingo. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah. I kind of get Kensou and Shingo confused in my mind anyway. They both seem like these kind of younger versions of sort of typical KOF street guy characters. Shingo more so, of course. Probably their color similarity also lends itself to my confusion. Dang! Kind of a little punch combo there on Shingo's denimed hide. That's a good drawing of Vanessa. Pretty much all the victory poses are good drawings in this game. Punched him right in the nose. Why do I play such violent games? Oh shoot. I can get you with my striker. Oh no, I can't. Oh, I picked the wrong striker anyway. Or at least the wrong... I think that is the wrong striker. I'm forgetting you have to repick the another striker specifically. Backhand. Oh, why did I try to jump out of that? Dang it. Where's my another Benimaru? I just palm powered his abs to death. Look at that shading on his hoodie. That's pretty good. Ah, heck. Uh-oh. Oh. Like, maybe there's some old games I played as a kid. Like, I don't have a real clear idea of how many hours I put into certain games as a kid. Like, maybe, like, Space Taxi on Commodore 64, or maybe Super Mario Brothers on NES. I don't know. I don't think so, though. I think I just played all of those fairly sporadically. Maybe there was a shareware game. Oh, I can't remember the exact name. It was like wasn't Mech Warrior, was it? What's the actual game series? Anyway, it was a game series, or a game where you played as a team of giant armored robot suit vehicle things, but it was like on a hex grid map seen from overhead with very simple graphics. But the cool thing was you could make your own mech designs, and like my favorite one I came up with was like you could mechs would have different weight classes. I don't know what I'm talking about this exactly, but so the heaviest weight you could make in the game was 100-ton mech. Of course, I made a 100-ton mech, but I only put one weapon on it. I put a medium laser in its head. And other than that, it was just this 100-ton bruiser that would punch and kick with its massive limbs. You had to kind of imagine all this, of course, because it wasn't like it was 3D. It was just tiny little icons. And because it didn't have weapons to weigh it down, it was really fast, and it didn't have heat problems. Oh wow! Little combo with didn't have overheating problems like most heavy mechs did when they were firing off a bunch of guns and lasers and stuff. Just lock low on that, you kick a ball. So it was just kind of it would just rampage around the map and like do like death from above rocket assisted boost jumps onto the heads of other heavy mechs, and it was pretty fun. I called it the Juggernaut. So I played that game a bunch, but I don't know if I hit 100 hours because the sessions would go pretty fast, and then I would usually, you know, go do something else. Other game might I have put a lot of hours into as a kid. I mean, I would go to the arcade and play stuff, but I never had like that many quarters. I wasn't, one of the kids who could hang around the arcade all day and get real good at something like a fighting game or something. Well, I didn't play fighting games as a kid. I couldn't afford it. I did play a lot of, like when I discovered Neo Geo. Oh man, she countered me out with it. Not really paying attention. I kind of discovered Neo Geo in college. Graduated from college in 1996 because, oh wow, right over. Like there was a Samurai Showdown 2 cabinet in my dorm's sort of ballroom, which was just a kind of a big lounge area on the first floor of this old hotel that had been converted into this dorm in Chicago. Right, well, that was my dorm. And so when I got out of college, I was like, man, this Neo Geo looked cool, because I couldn't actually afford to play it. I would just go and like watch its attract mode, which is stylish as heck. Samurai Showdown 2. And I eventually got a PC so that I could use Photoshop because I thought I was going to be a professional illustrator. And then I realized that on PC you had Neo Geo emulators. I mean, I couldn't afford like an actual Neo Geo or anything, but they had emulators, and so that's where I started playing Neo Geo fighting games and stuff. I probably played a lot of KOF 98, like not KOF 98. Then actually the one I probably played the most was Last Blade 2. I really liked Kojiro. That game was really stylish. It's got too many flashing effects for me to play now. It's also kind of a down tempo, kind of depressing atmosphere, really. But But yeah, when I sort of got into King of Fighters games, and probably the one I played most early on was 98. Before 2000 came out, and then 2000 came out, and I was like, it was all about 2000, because it was just, I don't know, it just clicked for me much more than 98. Maybe I was kind of, maybe 98 felt like old hat by then, but I never got into 99. I think it's just that everybody said that 98 was the one to play, because it had the most characters, I guess. But I don't know, when 2000 came out, I was super excited about it. I was super excited for it to get dumped. I was a bad game pirating person back then. I even sent off $10 to the team that was trying to crack King of Fighters 2000. And I think they're the team that succeeded. I'm such a dirty pirate. And then I kept playing 98 when ports of Neo Geo games actually started coming out on stuff like Dreamcast. But I probably still played more 2000. So I may be close to 100 hours on 98, or closing. I don't think I'm really that close to 100 hours on 98. I could try counting up how many. But see, most of the 98 playing I did was before I had a YouTube channel, so I wouldn't have had videos of it. I can't just count up my video hours on it. Trying to think of other stuff I might have played a lot. Like as a little kid, we would go to like the Seattle Science Center, because they had a computer lab, and you could play like old, like black and white computer games, and they had some like roguelike kind of games, like dungeon crawler, little letter graphics and stuff. Games, and I spent some time playing those, but I don't think that got anywhere near 100 hours. I was thinking maybe the Flash version of Zookeeper. Zookeeper is still around. It's like a tile matching little action puzzle game with cute little super deformed animal characters by, I don't know what company owns it now. It used to be, maybe it still is, Kotetsu or something. And there's a pretty good modern mobile phone version. Oh wait, no, that got delisted, so never mind. Anyway, originally it was a Flash game, and it was in the innocent days of Flash, where you could actually just copy the Flash file directly off of the original website it was on, and like I put it on a little fan forum site I made for other games, and I just put a link to it at the top of the forum, so when like not much was going on the forum, I would just idly click the Zookeeper Flash game link and just play Zookeeper, and I did that a lot. I probably put a good chunk of hours on that, but again, probably not 100. Like I liked Tetris. I had Tetris on NES and Game Boy, but I didn't really play games like a ton, like not a single game, so I didn't really dedicate huge chunks of time to things. I played some Game Boy RPGs, but those wouldn't have been 100 hours. The Final Fantasy, what were they on? Game Boy. Final Fantasy Adventure. I forget. Anyway. I mean, I eventually played Final Fantasy 1, but I don't think I spent 100 hours on that. Boom. played like, I think I played through Fallout 4, but I don't think that would have been 100 hours. That was on PS2, right? Dude, I'm thinking about other games instead of paying attention. Oh, dang. I'm getting thrashed by Christmas Kensou. Oh, how did he miss that time? I suck with... Oh my gosh, he did it again, just as I thought I was going to get Kensou. He hit me with his striker. It's crummy. I played Skies of Arcadia. I played through that on Dreamcast, but that's probably more like 40 or 50 hours or something. Like, games didn't used to be this long, you know? Not like these Souls games or modern RPGs that are like 120 hours or whatever. And I was never one for like playing through a long game like over and over. I mean, I played a lot of Double Dragon in the arcade, but again, I don't think that would have added up to 100 hours. I just didn't have that many quarters. Oops. Yeah. I'm forgetting how to do stuff. Dang, I suck with Another Benimaru. This keeps up, I'll have to take him off the rotation. Everybody's just going under his rather slow strike. And he kept doing that movement where you have to throw him or whatever, and I kept thrashing at it, just brain dead fashion. So yeah, to get the third character color that a handful of maybe a half dozen characters in this game have, like Terry, and I think Kensou and Benimaru, instead of being heavy punch plus heavy kick like it is in the arcade or Neo Geo version, in the Dreamcast version you hit heavy punch and light punch together to get the third color. And the timing is very strict, and it was in the arcade version as well. So it's kind of annoying. It's easy to screw up and get the wrong color. And then you've wasted your quarter. I mean, not really, but it would be annoying. I probably put a decent chunk of hours into, what's it called? That roguelike that I still have in my rotation that I haven't played for a few weeks now. Named after a base in Lord of the Rings. Wah. Hangband, that's it. But that's probably more like maybe on the verge of 40 or 50 hours. I don't know. I don't really have any idea. That one I could add up by videos, I suppose. I don't think I have 100 hours in Pac-Man because I didn't play that much as a kid. Just very occasionally, and I would have preferred to play like Miss Pac-Man or something. Oh no, I forgot what I'm doing. Like the things I played most as a kid in the arcade, well, yeah, when I would go to the arcades would have been beat 'em ups if I had anybody else with me, like my brother or a friend to play with. Or actually, I played a lot of Ikari Warriors. No, wait, what was the other one? I guess it was Ikari Warriors. Oh, well, also, Heavy Barrel. I liked to play him. Heavy Barrel. You got beat, sir. You got trashed. What about, like, I was trying to think of other, like, Amiga games I played, because I had, like, just an Amiga for years, but I don't think I played that many games on it for that many hours, aside from a few shareware ones, like that mech game that I can't even remember the name of for sure. On C64, I had what I now realize was a bootleg version of Super Mario Brothers, or no, Mario Brothers, just the original Mario Brothers for C64, but it wasn't the commercially available one, I don't think. But, I wouldn't have played anywhere near 100 hours of that. Had games like Skate or Die, which I kind of liked, but yeah, nowhere near 100 hours, I'm sure. Now, what was that one where you were like a Marine or some special forces type character and you ran around sort of an isometric view and crawled through trenches? It was a pretty cool game, especially for a C64, but that wouldn't have been over 100 hours. Yeah, I was more of a dilettante. I didn't play games that long. I probably watched my brother play games for hundreds of hours over those early years, but I didn't do it myself. But I've definitely put well over 100 hours into various ports of KOF 2000, especially in the last, well, since I made this YouTube channel, really, last 5 or 6 years or whatever it's been. Maybe 7 years now, I don't know. And back in the day, like, there was probably a chunk of like 10 years where I didn't play it much, but back in the day, and then now I made it a good amount. Not that I'm actually any good at it, which is kind of the sad thing. Like, I can sort of mash buttons on the highest difficulty level without thinking about it too much and too okay, I guess, but I probably do better not thinking about it than when I'm actually trying to think about it. Like, you saw me trying to do some special moves with Shingo there for a second, and I just whiffed everything. So that was King of Fighters 2000, and me trying to remember what games I might have played for over 2,000 hours aside from this game, and not a whole lot. I don't know if this game would be the one that I have the most hours in. That might be one of the Virtua Fighters because of their quest modes, where you can just really pile up the hours pretty fast. If you're, you just kind of get into it. Yeah, so it's probably one of the Virtua Fighter games. But I was gonna say maybe this game will overtake them eventually, but I'm still playing Virtua Fighter 5 Final Showdown. I'm also playing Virtua Fighter 3 TB semi-regularly now, so that might get up to 100 hours eventually. I might get Darkstalkers 3 at 200 hours eventually. I don't think it's really anywhere close to that now. Like, I hadn't even realized I didn't even have a Senko playthrough until I did one yesterday. I know I played with her before, but I guess I never recorded it. Weird. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you later. And yeah, I really stank with Another Benimaru as the striker. That was the worst I've done with the striker ever, I guess, because I don't think I actually hit anything with him at all. I don't know. I'll probably wait for another time that he happens to come up and see if I do any better with him. But if I strike out with him again, I'm gonna have to take him out of my my team selections random striker selection list, because that was just terrible. Yeah, like he's slow to do his thing, his attack, and then it just goes high, and every CPU just ducked it like it was nothing. Not that I was doing it at the right time or anything, but still. Anyhow, there's no point in complaining how useless I am with the striker. Yeah, see you later. Here's to another however many hundreds of hours, huh? Bye-bye.